going on? I am finally live. Okay, for a second, I actually forgot how to go live. Sometimes I switch between Facebook and Instagram, and like there's always like these new features coming on. So anyways, I'm live, I'm here, and I'm so excited to be kicking off this live stream, first time ever, where I'm going to be like sharing some energy readings and mixing it within business as well. So this is a really exciting time for me. I'm really what's the word? I'm looking forward to sharing and seeing where this leads to. I see some people are jumping on right now. Hey Clara, hey Sherry, hey Kelly. Awesome. Okay, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me because I don't do lives on Instagram often, but I was totally feeling called to showing up and serving on Instagram. So that's where I'm going to be hosting the lives from here on out. As you guys are popping in, say hello in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And in the meantime, I'm going to share a little bit about who I am and what this live is actually going to really be like focusing on and what to expect and what you will hopefully walk away with. So my name is Whitlyjane. I am a spiritual business coach. I have been on this entrepreneurial path for, oh my goodness, I think it's been like 5 years now, and it has been a ride, okay? Anybody who's an entrepreneur, say hi, give me a thumbs up in the chat. If you're an entrepreneur, you know how incredibly rewarding this path can be, but you can also probably totally relate to how totally challenging it can be as well. I see some more people popping in. Hey Leash, how's it going, girl? And Abby's joining. Hey guys. So I am a spiritual business coach who helps other heart-centered entrepreneurs really step into their authentic power so that they can build thriving businesses. So I work with a lot of empaths. I work with a lot of other coaches, healers, light workers, a lot of spiritual-based entrepreneurs who are really looking to take their gifts or talents and to show up in the world in a way where they're like completely in alignment with themselves, with their business, with their mission, and they're just showing up fearlessly and doing it in a way where they are not afraid to be seen. They're not afraid to be heard, and like they're just, you know, letting go of all the baggage, all of the limiting beliefs and the things that really like can hold us back in this world. Being an entrepreneur or not an entrepreneur, you know, this world is so full of, if I can just be real, like judgment. It's so full of judgment. It's so full of, you know, these high expectations and standards and things. So when you leave when you kind of like decide, hey, I'm going to like go off the beaten path and kind of like step away from the 9-to-5 hustle and grind and pave my own path. It's a scary world. It can be totally scary. It can be totally lonely at times, but I am here to tell you guys that, you know, it's such a blessing to really step into this, step into this type of journey where you are learning more and more about yourself, and you get to embrace all these different aspects of yourself and to show up in a way where it's like, hey, I am doing what I'm meant to be doing. And there's something that's just like so rewarding about it. So with that being said, guys, today is all about me kind of like unveiling what I have been working on for the last couple of years. So just a few weeks ago, I launched a video that my best friend put together for me, Sherry Brown Photography. She's amazing. If you guys are on the East Coast, New Brunswick, like hit her up for photos, for video, like promotional material. She does all of my work. She takes all of my photos. So if you guys like see my stuff, that's who does it. She's amazing, but she helped me put together this launch video, and this launch video was really me opening up, kind of like lifting the veil and me showing behind the scenes and really kind of like coming out and sharing with you guys my spiritual side of me. So it was really about me coming out and saying like, okay, I'm right. Like I've been in business and yeah, and like I help others with their business and growing it. But there's like this other side to me that people don't get to see every single day, which is like my spiritual side, right? And over this, like these last few years of my journey, I have really evolved spiritually. And in that, you know, I've opened up to these gifts, to this, you know, to so much amazing things. And one thing that I've opened up to over the last few years was the fact that I am such a very strong intuitive. And I've always been this way, like my entire life is just like, I didn't notice it before. And the more that I evolved on my spiritual journey, the more that I was able to open up to these gifts. And so what I'm able to do as not only as a business coach, but I'm also able to tap into others' energy in a way where I'm able to see exactly like what their mental, emotional, or energetic blocks are. So for me, I work with a lot of entrepreneurial clients, and a lot of the times they're struggling with lots of different things when it comes to visibility, overcoming like old limiting beliefs and really like releasing the old and letting go of some of like the muck and stuff that holds us down or keeps us stuck or keeps us in that like on that hamster wheel, so to speak. And my job as a business coach is to show them the strategies and to really like help them build out the physical, you know, like the plan, the action, the strategy. But on the other side of that, I have been incorporating my spiritual gifts, which is my ability to tune into what are your mental blocks? What are your emotional blocks? What are those energetic blocks that are keeping you stuck? That are keeping you in those, you know, past patterns, that are keeping you on that like cycled loop, you know, behaviors, patterns that are really like keeping you from standing in your greatness. And so what I'm able to do is see super crystal clear what those blocks are and really be able to channel the guidance and the messages needed for you to move past those things that are keeping you stuck. So for a couple examples, some of the people that I've worked with, you know, it could be based around relationships. It can be based around even like your own inner stuff. Maybe it's certain fears. Maybe it's certain patterns or behaviors that you've done unconsciously for so many years. And, you know, you just don't realize that it is keeping you stuck. And what I'm able to do is actually really tune into those things and kind of shed the light on it. And then at the same time, because I have the coaching background and the business background, then I'm like, all right, we know exactly like where you're stuck, where you're blocked. Let's like make a plan. Let me give you some tools and let me help guide you through executing what it is that you're desiring to move toward. So it's really exciting. It's exciting for me to be able to show up unapologetically and like, I don't want to say fearlessly because there's definitely fear. I'm super nervous to be doing this because it's my first time and I'm just diving into it. But at the same time, there's this level of excitement because I know that it's going to be able to serve my clients, is going to be able to serve people at such a deeper capacity through just showing up as my most authentic self, regardless of the judgment, regardless of whatever, you know, is out there. And I think that a lot of people can relate to the fact that, you know, we know what we want to do. We know who we are and we know how we want to show up. But oftentimes there's this fear, there's this resistance that prevents us from showing up. But in the back of our mind, and like deep down in our heart, we know that that's the one thing that is going to help us shine and to really like inflict that change and that impact in the world. So who's ready to kick off this first ever live video with me, live stream, and just get your energy red and ask your questions, ask some business questions. I'm here. I'm here to share what I know with you guys. I'm here to share my gifts with you, and let's just have fun with it. So basically how I'm going to lay this out, guys, is what I'm going to do is if you want me to read your energy, I'm going to have you just request to join the video, okay? That's all you have to do. So just request to join. And what this is going to look like, just so you have an idea, so you're not like kind of like thrown into it and you're like, what am I like signing up for here? Basically what's going to happen is you request to go live with me and you're going to join the video, and whatever it is that you want guidance on, whatever it is that you want to focus on that maybe you're stuck with, or just whatever it is that you want guidance on, I'm going to have you set the intention with me. So you're just going to set the intention and you're just going to focus on what that is. And I'm just going to tune into that. I'm going to tune into that, and then I'm going to channel whatever it is that comes up and comes through that you need to know, what you need to hear. Also, I do believe as a spiritual being, as a spiritual soul, that anybody, you know, who's joining this live right now and who watches the replay later, like you're meant to be there. So I do believe that probably more than likely, whatever comes up for one person may actually be the guidance or the message that you may need to hear today for your own self, okay? I find that happens so much, but like, I feel we are so deeply connected as a collective. And so because you're here, there's no coincidence that you are. So, yeah, okay. Sometimes I get like really, really ahead of myself, and then I forget exactly like what the next thing was that I was going to say. So again, guys, bear with me. This is my first time hosting this live stream. I've never actually read somebody's energy via this kind of format. Typically how it works is I can do remote, so I don't even need to be on the phone call. I don't need to have you in front of the computer, nothing. I don't even have to know you. You could be a complete stranger. I've done it for complete strangers. And so it really just like, I'm playing with it. So this is me playing with a different type of style format. Okay, so what time do we have? 1:13. So I was going to kick this off and talk a little bit about like business stuff, but I think what I want to do is actually give you guys some more time to do some energy readings today. That's kind of like what I'm feeling called to do. So if you guys have any questions in the meantime, please pop in the comments, ask your questions, join in the conversation. I'm just going to read and see what we have here, because I see some people are commenting. Sherry, hey girl. Dive in, mama. We're here to catch you. I love you. Thanks, honey. Okay, so let's see here. One other thing that I do want to mention to you guys is that whatever comes up, so if something is coming through that might be, kind of like personal or might be a little bit sensitive, I may not share with you right here on the live because we are live with everybody. Instead, I will just I'll send you a message later on after the live, just to kind of just to protect your privacy, and some people may not want to, and sometimes honestly some things that do come up that are deep. So I just want to let you guys know that right off the hop. So you're not thrown into this and on the spot and feeling uncomfortable or anything. I want this to be like a nice, good experience for everybody. All right, so I will wait. Let's do it. So all you have to do is request to go live with me, and then I can start it off with you guys. Sounds good? Sounds good? All right, gonna make sure these notifications are off here. So I'm just gonna grab a sip of water. Where's everybody tuning in from anyways? Let me know in the comments. I feel like there's Instagram is so nice because you get people from literally everywhere's, all walks of life, everywhere's. All right. All right, so is anybody actually requesting to go live with me? Because I don't know. I'm assuming that it would just pop up like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me see here. I'm gonna accept. Perfect. Waiting for La Mermaid Noire. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Let me know.
Sorry.
Hey, girl, how are you?
Hey there.
Hey, hey. Hi.
Hey. Say hi.
Oh, hey, guys.
We're
How
just
are
all
you?
chilling out here, but I really wanted to tune in to support as well. And it's one of those things, like you said, when if you're here, then it's kind of meant to be. So I just wanted
Absolutely.
to support. And I would love to get energy reading. I guess what I could say in terms of today and my energy from what I'm feeling, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I was feeling good this morning, and then mid afternoon, my energy started to get low. But I've also been
Mhm.
moving around a lot with the twins, so I've known burning energy at the same time, and I didn't really refuel until actually right now. So,
And you're busy, twins, right?
yes,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
an overwhelming thing.
Yeah, it can be like parenthood overall can be overwhelming at times, right?
Yeah.
Totally. So, Alicia, let me ask you, is there something that like you're feeling like you need guidance on or something that like you just like feel like you're stuck or blocked?
I guess just balance on with parenthood and career wise, and also I guess self love as well, because I feel like I have my moments where I'm not quite doing it all in like a flow and a balance. It's like one day I'm spending a lot of time with the self love, or one day it's just the children, and then another day it's just career, and I'm just having a hard time grasping how to get a flow of the whole thing.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now, and again, guys, like everybody who's tuning in and watching, like you're actually like you're witnessing me doing this for the first time ever via like live stream. Okay, so Alicia, I want you to just like, if you can, just for like a moment, I just want you to kind of like just zone for a minute and just focus on what the intention is for you to like receive. Like what kind of guidance do you want to receive, and just like set your intention right now, okay? So I feel like what's coming through a lot for you right now is like a sense of overwhelm. Like I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of overwhelm going on inside of you, and it's more so like in your headspace, like it's like headspace overwhelm, and it feels as though like this pandemic, the time that we're in right now, has tested your character more than anything.
Oh yeah. I usually am really, really good when it comes to like overriding certain energies,
Mm.
especially I've always had this true belief in myself that I am capable of doing anything at any time. Like before the pandemic happened, I I was fearless with anything, and I also had more time to be able to sit with self as well. I feel bad sometimes because I know that the girls, they need more in terms of like even just learning new things, and sometimes I'm just so overwhelmed that I can't even
Alicia,
bring myself to do it.
can I just, okay, so something that was coming through like really strong was the fact that like you're trying to, it's like Okay, if you can think of, this is like, okay, so like if you can think of the different areas of your life, okay, you have cups for every area of your life, okay, you have cups for your children, okay, you have a cup for your money, you have a cup for yourself, you have a cup for your health, okay, so you're trying to fill these cups. Like I feel like Spirit is saying you're trying to fill all these cups, girls, but your cup, your own cup that you're filling all these other cups with is super low, like it's empty. And you're sitting here and you're trying to pour in all these cups. And it's like this feeling of you're not you're not doing good enough. Like it's not enough. It's like a constant almost like a feeling, a battle with yourself that it's not enough. Is that
Yeah,
resonating at all with you?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay,
I try to
so
make those times. I try. I do. But I don't
so
get enough time.
I feel like
Girls?
okay, so
Sorry.
like Spirit saying like you are enough in what you can give today, what you can give tomorrow will be enough. And to focus on the present, to focus just one day at a time. Like you don't have to have everything, you don't have to have like all of the steps figured out. I feel like that's something that's coming through right now. Like you don't have to have it all figured out the whole path. Spirit's saying like you have enough strength, you have enough strength in everything that you need right now to focus just on today and to know that it is enough. So when you talk about the overwhelm of, having to worry about like having to focus on self-love, having to balance life, having to balance with your kids and stuff, Spirit is saying your self-love is not so much on all of the self-care practices, but it's self-love for you right now is your conversation and change with yourself mentally that you're enough and what you do is enough. I feel like Spirit's saying like you're almost like you're a powerhouse. You're a powerhouse.
I
And
am.
it's like you are it's like you're being challenged. It's like you're being challenged right now, like this year, like more than ever in the last year. It's like you're being challenged more than ever to get your approval, to have your validation, everything from within, from yourself, not based on the things that you do, not based on the things on how well you're doing them. Does that make sense for you? But to
Yeah, because
remind
I find
yourself,
myself not. Sorry, I find myself stopping doing things because I know exactly. I'm like it's all coming to me now. Like my self talk is another thing that I've been trying to work on a lot. But I haven't put aside the time to do more of it, like journal and write down certain things. Like I used to write down I am affirmations on absolutely everything that could take a dry erase marker. Like I just have it everywhere, smeared on the mirrors, on the backsplashes in my kitchen and stuff. And I haven't been doing that lately, and it's just reminding me that I need to go back to that place because that really helps. It's just like a way to I have to reprogram my brain from being coming out of that place of lack.
okay,
Feeling
so I just had a very overwhelming feeling come through right now. And if this is like sensitive, touchy, I'm gonna send you a DM, okay? But something was coming through as a little girl, you as a little girl, and something that needs to be healed. It's like when you're just saying like your self-talk programming, I felt like Spirit was showing me something of you as a little girl that something happened and it's like there's this wound in you that you've been carrying up until adulthood that is directly linked to how you're showing up right now. I'm sending you so much love, Leash. I'm sending you so much love, honey.
Thank you so
So
much.
much. Just breathe. But I'm going to send you a DM, okay? I'm gonna reach
Okay.
out and send you a DM, and then we can book something, okay? Because I know that you had reached out to me earlier, and I said that I would send you something, okay?
Yeah, I
We'll talk
really
more
appreciate it.
because I feel like there's something a little bit like deeper that
That that definitely needs to be addressed. Definitely. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, my love.
You're
Enjoy your
powerful,
day.
girl. Jeez. I knew it from the moment I met you, but wow, this is evidence. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. All right, so I'm not sure how to.
I'll pull out for you just to help.
Okay, that's something that I'm gonna have to learn. Whew. Okay, so yeah, okay, so I'm sending you so much love to Alicia. Like sometimes like I find like more times than often when I get on calls with clients and I'm doing these kind of readings. And as you can see, it's like I'm definitely like channeling guidance from source, some from spirit for you. But at the same time, like there's other things that like can come to the surface that are heavy, that are deep. And a lot of the work that I'm doing is like energy. Like it's a lot of, and that's why I call them energy readings. I don't know if it's the proper way, but hey, that's what I'm calling them. But it's like it's a lot of energy because we are made up of energy. Everything around us is energy, right? And what happens is I find like there's a lot of there can be experiences that we have, there can be situations, people, different things that happen to us in our life. And sometimes when these things happen to us, they can be painful, they can be just really hard or challenging. And sometimes they don't they don't get resolved. So what happens is we get a lot of energy trapped and stuck within us that needs a way to be let out. And sometimes, they're released in ways where it can cause us to have these like unhealthy habits or unhealthy behaviors, or it comes out in like frustration, it comes out in anger, and it's like we wonder like, why am I feeling this certain way, why am I so sad, why am I so angry, why am I so frustrated? It's just like it's energy needing to be released, it's energy needing to be like moved up and out of us. And so like when you can pinpoint what those things are that are like blocking you, that need to be released, it's like that's part of it, that's part of the work, is like identifying. But then the next piece of that work is really like working through to release it so that you can let it go and you can move past it, right? And then that's part of the work that I do, is like not only helping people identify, but also like working with you as a coach to kind of like release and heal it. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through the comments here. And I just want to say, like, Alicia, you're so brave. And, I just want to say thank you for coming on and doing the reading with me. We'll definitely talk some more, honey. And Kelly and Sherry and okay, so anybody who would like to go next and have their energy read, or see, or kind of receive any guidance that you're looking to receive, just all you have to do is request to go live. And again, if there's anything that comes up that might be a little like sensitive, or that I'm gonna use my own discretion. Like I'm pretty good empath, and so like I can use my discretion if I feel like it's too sensitive or whatever comes up. I'm just gonna say to you, hey, look, like I'm gonna send you a DM later, and I'll let you kind of know what came up. But in the meantime, you can use this as an opportunity to get clarity or guidance on something that you may need guidance on. Yeah, so all you have to do is request to go live. So one experience that I had with with a client not too long ago was they were really needing clarity on like what the next step was for them. And I instantly like received the guidance on what it was. And it was, and I shared with them, I was like, I totally see you speaking on stages. Like I see you with a microphone. I see you speaking on stages. I see you like moving the crowd with a message, with something. And I also shared with them, I was like, everything that you have gone through up until this point, like the life-changing stuff that has happened to you over the last few years, really has to do with this next step in your career, this next step that you're being guided to take. And she was like, oh my gosh, that's, you know, you're 100% right. And like, this is totally in alignment with like everything that keeps coming up. So it was like the universe, God, source was giving her these messages for quite some time, and she was receiving these messages like in this guidance. But the thing was like there was so much fear. There's so much fear because she was just like, I not that type of person. I can't do that. Like there was a lot of fear there with doing so. But she was very, very thankful because she said, you know, you just gave me, you know, reassurance of validation that, yeah, this is like the next step for me in my journey. I'm just checking here. Just click on the request above the chat. Oh, sorry guys. I feel like I'm missing some people here. Okay, so something beauty. I'm gonna have to get better at, you know, reading out these Instagram names. Forgive me. Are you trying to go live? Did you want to have a reading done? And Sherry, I saw you say just click on the request above the chat. I can't go live, but I would love it if you had a message from Spirit for me, anything regarding my path. Okay, so Kelly. All right, I mean, I can totally do it this way too. So Kelly is asking for anything, a message from Spirit, anything regarding your path. Okay, so just give me a second, Kelly, and I'm gonna like just tune in. And Kelly, I'm just gonna ask that like right now that you just kind of like close your eyes and just tune into that intention, like tune into that request to receive guidance or a message in regards to your path. Okay, so all right, so what's coming through, I feel like what's coming through is, it's funny because like sometimes when it comes in, it's like it's coming in somewhat fuzzy. So just give me a second. I'm just going to tune in here a little bit more. Okay, so the big thing that keeps coming up, the word community. That is like a huge, huge word. It's just like community. So Kelly, I feel like what's coming through for you is like your being is here to really be like in that leadership of bringing a community together. I'm just trying to tune in, is it communities or is it community? I feel like it's like a mass community. It feels very much like you are bringing in like you are you're the person who's going to bring together a massive community. Is it a movement? I don't think so. I feel like it's a big community with so many different parts to it. Like you're going to have, it's like you're kind of like paving the way for a whole bunch of other like souls. Like you're the person who brings all these souls together who are meant to like stand in their own light. Like I don't know, it's like you're like, I just see you as being like a big leader, but it's community is what's coming up. I'm just like trying to feel like if there's anything specific that's coming in. I don't know, like how does that resonate with you, Kelly, if you're listening right now? Like I feel like Spirit is saying you have done such an amazing job at planting all of the seeds over these last few years. And that you don't even realize the depth of what you're here to create. Like you're here to create something massive and you don't even quite see it yet. But with that being said, I feel like Spirit's saying there are still some challenges ahead, but to keep focusing on showing up, keep focusing on serving, but at the same time, like believe and know like there's something bigger for you. There's something really big that you're here to create. And again, the word community is what keeps coming up for you. So let me see here. People are jumping in and saying hello, hello, hello. Every time you say the word community, I get full body chills. The good kind of chills, good. I've been asking what I need to focus on next. You just made me cry. What you need to focus on next. So like, okay, so what you need to focus on next. So Spirit is saying like, focus on your inner guidance more than ever right now, and do not be like, don't be strayed by what you think you should be doing, but stay focused on what your inner guidance is saying, like keeping your inner guidance like open and following that, because it's like Spirit has been giving you breadcrumbs along the way, and just to keep believing and focusing on that, as opposed to being like, oh, this person's doing this, I should maybe be doing this. And know like every single one of us has our own path, and what works for somebody next to us isn't necessarily going to work for us, because we all have our own individual lanes. We all have our own individual skill sets, gifts, talents, and therefore something that works for somebody who is right next to us, who may be in a similar field as us, doesn't mean like that way, that strategy is going to work for us. So again, listening to your inner guidance and following that, and you know, like for example, like me, there's no freaking way that I would have thought, like if somebody has said to me, you're going to be doing live energy readings on Instagram Live, I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, no. Like the old me would have been like, no, this is woo woo, this is cray cray. Like, no. Like I was like the least believing person in the past. But like, as you like, it's kind of like the saying, it's like, you know, sometimes people are like, seeing is believing, right? But believe and you will see. Like that's what I use like so much. I was saying to my mom earlier, like she was like going through something, and you know, I was like, I know you can't see it right now, but it doesn't mean you can't believe it. Like you have to believe it and then you will see it, right? And a lot of times that's applied to our own self and our own direction and where we're going. It's like you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe it in order to see it, right? And there are a lot of fears around some of the things that we do, like stepping out and putting ourselves out there, right? But at the same time, when you do step out and you do follow that inner guidance, as scary as it can be, when you do it, I feel like every time that I've ever followed my inner guidance, my intuition, and even if it was scary as heck and it didn't make sense, it always led me to where I needed to be. Always. And so trust and know that when you follow it, regardless of how scary it is, regardless of like the fears and the insecurities or whatever like goes on, like just step out and do it, because it will pay off and it will lead you to where you need to be. So Kelly, I hope that helps, my love. You have been incredible. Kelly is an amazing spiritual coach. Follow her. She is kick ass. Let's see. Who is... These names are so hard for me to like... Hi, can I just feel that I am supposed to work? Hi, I can just feel that I am supposed to work for myself. I just can't figure out what would be best for me. Would love to know if you have any input. Okay. All right. So what I want for you to do is to close your eyes, and I just simply want you to like just tune in to that intention. Like ask source, ask like your inner self, the higher power, whatever you refer to. And all I want you to do is just focus on what is the best path for you. Like, what is it that you're truly meant to do? Like, focus on that intention. And I'm going to help, and I'm going to tune into that as well. So. Okay, so something that was coming through is like creativity. So are you a creative person in some capacity? Creativity was coming through. Let's see. Again, I feel like something like creativity is like what is popping up right now. Yes, I am. Okay, cool. So let's see here. Just give me a second. Again, bear with me, guys. This is my first time doing a live stream, so. All right. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is saying you already know deep down what it is that you're meant to be doing or pursuing, but because there are like, I think there's fears or maybe limiting beliefs around the idea that you have, that you've kind of just shoved it to the back burner, like almost like it gets this feeling of like, oh, that's not possible for me, or I can't do that, or like there's this like prejudgment around the idea that you've had, and you just kind of like put it to the corner or shove it to the side, and you're like trying to think of other things, like find other ways of showing up and like working for yourself. Okay, so I'm feeling that really strongly. I'm feeling like you know what it is that you would love to be doing. And I think maybe what's coming through is the like finances, like money. Like I feel like money is something that's coming up or bringing up a lot of fear around pursuing that path. And maybe you haven't even really like spent enough time to like sit down and think and plan it out. Maybe you have, but I feel like that's what keeps coming up, is the fact like it's like this fear of like you're not going to be financially supported by doing that, or nobody would pay for that. But Spirit is saying that you know what you know for a reason, and there's no need to keep putting it off. And Spirit's saying like, don't drop everything just yet. Like, don't drop everything just yet, but take one baby step at a time toward it. but you already know what it is. I feel like Spirit's definitely like saying you already know what it is. Okay, so let's see. She says, I have a hard time believing in myself. You're right on what you're saying. So self-belief is such a huge like paralyzer for so many of us. Your self-belief is everything. You know, like you have to believe in yourself in order to make something happen, in order for your desires to be birthed, right? And sometimes that's not easy. Sometimes it's so much easier said than done. Like, I get it, love. I so get it, and I feel you. But I feel like, you know, self-belief is a practice, an everyday practice that you have to apply every single day, and you just take it one day at a time. I know it's super cliche, but if I had like a one step kind of fix all and never have to like look at it again, I think we would all have, you know, that empowering self-belief just like that, and we'd all be fixed. But it's just like life doesn't work that way. It's work. It's a consistent practice. It's consistent work on ourselves to show up and give ourselves grace, and to know that, you know, if we have a bad day one day, it's not, you know, end all. It's just you pick yourself up and you keep moving, right? You keep moving. Okay, so I hope that helps, my love. All right, let's see here. Simply Stated Jewelry Boutique says, yes, believe it first. And if you can't find someone who will believe it for you until you can. Oh, and if you can't find someone who will believe it for you until you can. I love that. I really do. I definitely feel like, you know, you have to believe in yourself, but sometimes it takes just that one person to believe in you enough to be able to like believe in yourself. I love that you shared that. Thank you so much for that comment. That's amazing. And Kelly, thank you so much for jumping on as well and allowing me to share with your group of amazing, beautiful souls in there. Okay, I have a request here. Let's see. Got Robin. All right, guys. So after this, I think I'm going to do just one more, and then I have to skedaddle. But let's see here. Hey!
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
How
I'm dressed in my home clothes.
Oh my goodness, girl, you don't gotta apologize. You look great. I love your hair.
Thanks.
So what can I help you with, Robin?
Well, okay, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I started a little after the beginning.
Okay.
Well, I'd love to know just what you read right off. Is that okay, or do you want me to be more specific?
No, you don't have to be. No, if you want to be specific, you can, but we can just do a general reading and I'll just kind of read you. So, well, I'll do that.
Okay.
All right, let's do
Let's
it.
do that.
Okay. All right, so right off the hop, what I'm getting is that this past year has been a tremendous year of learning for you. Like, it has tested you in ways that you're just like, huh. There's been a like, it's okay. So like, I feel as though what's like coming through, Robin, is like it's been just one big reset for you, almost. Like, it feels like what's happened over the last year in your life has been yeah, almost like a reset. Like, you have gone through some situations and some challenges over the last year that have caused you to maybe even shift perspective a bit. Okay. And so I feel, okay, so like, I know this is applicable to like most of us because, you know, the world is our learning, our learning ground. Um, but I feel like Spirit saying, like, the last 5 years of your life has been like a very intensive learning ground for you, and that you have been like, you've been, oh, what's the word that I'm trying to get at? You have been being prepared for something. And I'm just like, it's like you have gone through a series of ups, you've gone through a series of downs, but like throughout the last 5 years of your journey, especially the last year, Robin, that you're being prepared for something, um, that you may not even quite expect, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's this I feel like the biggest thing that's like coming up is like you okay, so you've been like going through this journey for the past 5 years where it's been like an intensive, like if you think of like college, right? When we're going to college, it's like it's super intense, right? But like the last 5 years of your life has been super intense in terms of like learning, um like just being immersed in so many different types of like diverse things, we'll say. But the last year has been like a huge reset, so to speak. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
I'll tell you after.
But all I feel like Spirit's just saying, like, this last year has been a huge reset. Um, and maybe there's some feeling of like when I'm like almost like you're not where you expected to be. Like you should be elsewhere now, by now, or something. It's like this like kind of like frustration, like this. I like it's like I feel almost like a level of like your frustration, and there's I just feel like Spirit is just like coming through and saying like all is not lost, and that you're exactly where you need to be, and like just trust. I feel like that's a big thing that's coming out right now, is like trust right now.
But
Robin,
it really does apply, and the circumstances are very, very specific, but I didn't want to publicly bring it up.
Yeah.
But it definitely, what you're saying is very, very accurate and fitting for the most important things that are going on right now.
Okay. So that's your overall like energy reading that came through just by
cool.
Kind of tapping into what was coming through for you. But you can totally send me a DM afterward, honey.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. I will, because there's if I can remember exactly. Yeah. No, if I could go back and forth with you, it would make so much sense.
Right. Yeah. I know. It's such a different type of style too. Like this is something that I'm gonna like get used to and kind of have to like play with as well, right? Because it's so different when you're doing an open energy reading. People are watching you, and you know, so it's But definitely send me a DM, and
I will.
Okay.
Hi, Angie Robichaux. I saw you there. Okay, Whitley, thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't know how to get off.
I don't even know if I know how to.
I might be here forever.
Oops, that's something I'm gonna have to learn. Maybe if you just click the X button, Robin. I think there's probably like an X button somewhere on there on your screen. There you go. All right, so it is 1:55, guys. What I'm gonna do is actually like So this is the first time ever, again, doing a live stream of energy readings. It's actually kind of fun. Definitely a little different, but I mean, still kind of like the same kind of flow. The only difference is like when you're doing a private one-on-one with me, I'm actually able to just like dig in deeper. So like if you were here at the beginning when Alicia jumped on and she was kind of just needing some guidance, and I was giving her some guidance, and then she was talking about how like, oh, you know, I haven't been doing my affirmations, and like there's a lot of mindset stuff, and I know I have to like reprogram a lot of like limiting beliefs and things like that. But then I was like, no, there's something else here. Like I could feel that there was something else here, and I could feel her as a little girl coming up to the surface, but like, and like almost like a wound associated with her as a little girl that's been carrying her through, that has been keeping her stuck in this loop pattern.
Can you get me popcorn, please?
Yes, love. I'll get you some popcorn. Did you have fun at the playground? Did you have fun at the playground? Okay, give mommy just 2 more minutes and I'll make you some, okay? Okay, thank you. Kids are home from school right now. So I instantly knew that it wasn't necessarily about her being stuck with like the like having to reprogram, doing affirmations. Sure, that stuff helps, but I was like, okay, we got to connect, because like let's go a little deeper on that, because I feel like there's some like energy that really needs to be moved. I feel like there's some stuff there that needs to be like identified and healed and released and let go. So that is the kind of stuff that I go even deeper with when I'm working with clients. So the energy stuff, I mean, it's amazing because it identifies things, right? But at the same time, I have the coaching background where I'm able to even go deeper to help my clients, guide them through the process of being able to move through whatever it is that they need to work through or move through, so that they can get to where they want to be. And to me, I'm like, that is just like a gift to be able to wake up and to like do that as my work every single day. I love it so much. So guys, if you guys enjoyed this, this live stream, I will be hosting more of these. Again, I'll jump on next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The replay will be up, so you'll always be able to catch the replay. But if you join live, obviously you'll have that opportunity for me to read your energy or to give you guidance messages or whatever it is that you're looking to receive. And with that, if you guys want to book a private one-on-one hour with me to go even deeper, you can just go into my bio and I have a calendar link where you can actually book a session with me. Thanks so much, guys, for joining in and, you know, sharing with this and being here for the first time ever. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it a lot. And again, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to send me a DM. I love, love, love connecting with, you know, I love connecting with people all the time. So I think that's about it. I don't think I left anything out. I go make my little popcorn snack. He loves popcorn. All right. So everybody have an amazing day, and I will see you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Bye.